Today we're going to talk about Park Na-rae and Jo Se-ho. The two are among the most popular comedians in South Korea. Jo Se-ho was accused of having alleged ties to organized crime, and Park Na-rae was accused of workplace harassment and illegal treatment usage. It's really crazy how the two are getting canceled by Korea at the same time. According to Dispatch on December 4 KST, a request for a provisional seizure of property has been filed against Park Na-rae by a group identified as her former managers. The same group of former managers has also warned that they will be pursuing a lawsuit against Park Na-rae for workplace harassment, injury, proxy receipt of prescription medication, and failure to pay certain expenses. The group is demanding approximately 10 billion KRW in damages. Park Na-rae's former managers claimed that while working for the comedian, they had to be on alert 24/7. Park Na-rae frequently made the managers run personal errands, such as picking up snacks for drinking gatherings, cleaning up after parties, forcing attendance at drinking events, and family matters. One former manager claimed that they were strongly reprimanded for not drinking alcohol and even sustained an injury from a drinking glass thrown by Park Na-rae in a fit of anger. The manager also accused Park Na-rae of ordering them to fulfill personal errands, including making hospital reservations and picking up prescription medication in person. Claiming that Park Na-rae failed to reimburse managers for expenses that they took care of through personal means, the former managers stated that they had no choice but to quit their jobs. When they attempted to request proper reimbursement, Park Na-rae simply responded by threatening a defamation lawsuit. Then it was revealed that her one-person agency, N-Park Co. Limited, a corporation founded by her mother in 2018, did not complete the legally mandated registration for pop culture and arts management. Although N-Park Co. Limited is formally registered as a service and event management business, the company does not appear on the government's official list of registered pop culture and arts management entities, according to the report. On December 4, Park's team told Dalian, "Two managers quit last month without any particular issue, and then suddenly filed for a provisional seizure worth 100 million KRW, about $68,000. It's heartbreaking." Then, on the morning of December 5 KST, several media outlets reported that a scheduled filming for the new MBC variety program, I'm Excited To, was canceled on this day due to Park Na-rae's recent controversy. However, a representative of Park Na-rae's label, and Park claims that the filming of the MBC variety program I'm Excited To was delayed due to scheduling conflicts among the cast members. The schedule postponement was already decided on December 3. It is unrelated to the recent incident. A representative for Park Na-rae spoke with Sports Kyung Yang on the afternoon of December 5 and explained the circumstances along with her position. According to the representative, the former managers had continuously attempted to intimidate Park Na-rae by threatening to reveal various details about her personal life. "We apologize for the delay in releasing an official statement because we needed sufficient time to verify the facts," the representative said. Two employees who worked with Park Na-rae for approximately 1 year and 3 months recently left the company and received their severance pay. However, they then demanded an additional payment equal to 10% of the company's previous year's revenue. The official clarified that the employees who brought up the problem were also in charge of managing the registration in relation to the controversy surrounding the delayed registration required for pop culture and arts management companies. "We have confirmed that they falsely reported to us that the registration process had been completed." The statement also mentioned how the accusations made by the previous managers grew over time. They began raising new claims and insisted that legally conducted medical procedures were illegal. They used these accusations to demand money and applied pressure by contacting media outlets. "We are completing the required registration through proper legal procedures and will not avoid responsibility concerning operational deficiencies," they said. However, "We cannot comply with unilateral demands or succumb to unnecessary pressure. As a result, we have decided to pursue legal action." According to reports, Park Na-rae's team hired a law company to look into the matter and verify the wrongdoing of the former managers. "We have verified approximately 25 million KRW, about $17,000, in embezzlement by the former managers and are preparing an appropriate response." In the filing of the lawsuit by former employees, it says that Park Na-rae repeatedly diverted company funds for personal use over a long period, using money for purposes unrelated to business operations and leaking funds externally. They further alleged that Park falsely registered her ex-boyfriend C as a full-time employee and paid him a monthly salary for 11 months from January through November, totaling roughly 44 million KRW approx. $29,871. They also claim Park transferred more than 300 million KRW, $203,645, from a company account around August to help cover C's housing deposit. The complaint also states that Park's mother, who was listed as the CEO of N-Park, received approximately 55 million KRW approx. $37,335 and salaries over 11 months, despite providing no actual labor, asserting she was falsely registered as a full-time employee. Additionally, the former managers claim Park spent at least 100 million KRW approx. $67,882 of company funds on personal housing maintenance fees, personal purchases, and other private expenses between January and November of this year. Then Dispatch released additional evidence suggesting that she received IV drips and prescription drugs outside legally permitted medical settings. The release contradicts earlier statements made by Park's legal representatives, who insisted that her treatments were entirely lawful. According to Dispatch, the photos and KakaoTalk messages they obtained show Park receiving IV fluids inside a private home rather than an authorized medical facility. In one message, Park reportedly states she is going to the injection sister's house. Dispatch concluded that nothing about this appears legal. Despite this, Park's legal team reiterated its stance. They stated that there is nothing illegal about the medical treatments Park Na-rae received, and maintained that her care was administered through legitimate house call services. Dispatch countered this claim by referencing Korea's Medical Service Act. Article 33 states that performing medical procedures for payment outside a licensed medical institution constitutes operating an unauthorized clinic. Dispatch noted that the location in question was merely an officetel in Ilsan, not a certified facility. Article 34 states that remote medical care requires specific facilities and equipment approved by the Ministry of Health and Welfare. Dispatch argued that none of the conditions for legitimate telemedicine were met, describing the equipment used as a suitcase, not approved devices. Park's attorneys claimed she relied on house calls due to her demanding filming schedule. Dispatch acknowledged her busy workload, but pointed out that there are numerous medical facilities near her home, whereas the distance from Itaewon to Ilsan, where the alleged treatments occurred, is 28 kilometers. The time spent traveling that distance would have been enough to receive an IV at a nearby hospital. Dispatch also questioned the source of the large quantity of IV supplies possessed by the so-called injection sister, asking where such drugs were obtained and calling for an investigation into the distribution of prescription-only medication. The outlet further presented what it claimed to be evidence of proxy prescriptions, quoting a message, "I'm gathering prescriptions to prepare more." According to Dispatch, contrary to Park's explanation, the injection sister is not a doctor. Instead, the individual reportedly operated businesses registered in cosmetics manufacturing, medical tourism, online shopping, and entertainment, none of which confer medical authority. An Instagram profile listing Inner Mongolia Fugwang Medical University Hospital Special Professor also could not be verified as a valid medical credential. Dispatch reported that on a day Park returned from an overseas shoot in November 2023, the provider met her at the airport, after which Park received an IV drip inside a Carnival vehicle en route to MBC headquarters. Photos allegedly show IV tubes behind curtains in the car's backseat. Dispatch pointed out that this could also violate the Waste Control Act, which mandates that medical waste must be collected in approved containers and disposed of through authorized companies. Improper disposal can carry penalties of up to 2 years in prison or a fine of up to 20 million KRW, about $13,570. Dispatch also stated that the sleeping capsules Park took were classified by the Ministry of Food and Drug Safety as psychoneurotic agents, commonly used as antidepressants, drugs that require a physician's prescription and cannot legally be stored, distributed, or shared by unlicensed individuals. They emphasized that such medication should not be given to certain groups, including patients with alcohol or sedative dependence. Dispatch additionally disclosed KakaoTalk messages from Park's November 2023 filming of I Live Alone in Taiwan. In the messages, Park asks staff to bring the injection sister overseas, saying, "I'm dying. The alcohol won't clear." Dispatch questioned whether the production team was aware of the provider's credentials. The outlet concluded by systematically rebutting the 5 key points raised by Park's side. They stated that none of these points withstand scrutiny when compared against the evidence they gathered, asserting that Park's medical treatments appear to clearly violate multiple laws. A representative of Park's management company, N Park Co. Limited, informed OSEN on December 6 that the allegations were baseless. The representative clarified, all she did was receive nutritional injections from someone with a medical license. Park Na-rae's side responded that they understood the individual in question to be a licensed doctor. "We first met this person at a hospital. We became close afterward, and because Park Na-rae's schedule was extremely demanding, house calls were requested whenever she was not feeling well." The same day, a representative for Park Na-rae announced that they are filing a lawsuit against former employees on charges of blackmail. And they said, even after receiving their severance pay, they demanded an additional amount equivalent to 10% of the previous year's revenue. Then Park Na-rae suspended all her activities to concentrate on this issue. On December 8th KST, the YouTube channel Lee Jin-ho uploaded a video titled, "Shocking Exclusive, Was Park Na-rae Unfairly Accused of Abuse?" the real story behind her decision to halt activities. In the video, Lee Jin-ho stated, "I contacted both sides," adding, "The core issue here isn't the unlicensed injection aunt, but whether Park Na-rae engaged in workplace abuse." He focused on why the two managers chose to resign on the same day, revealing that the accusers were two young female managers. One had been working with Park Na-rae since her time at JDB Entertainment and was now at an executive manager level, while the other was a junior on-site manager who had worked with her for 1 year and 3 months. According to the manager's claims, they were required to attend frequent drinking gatherings, prepare and clean up after Park Na-rae's so-called Na-rae-style parties, remain on standby 24 hours a day, procure alcohol and food ingredients, and run personal errands. One manager was even hit by a wine glass thrown by Park Na-rae, resulting in an emergency room visit. Lee argued that the decisive moment leading to their simultaneous resignations occurred during the filming of MBC's new variety show, Na-rae. Filming took place in Gangwon Province from November 8th to 9th. Before the trip, the managers repeatedly told Park Na-rae, "If you need anything for the trip, just set it aside and we'll pack it." But she insisted, "I don't need anything. I'm just going." However, on the day of departure, Park Na-rae suddenly instructed them to find and bring wine glasses, mats, lighting equipment, and other items. Her home was reportedly very large, and despite thorough searching, the managers could not find the items. When they couldn't find them, Park Na-rae became very angry. She had recently switched hair salons, and the managers felt deeply humiliated after being harshly scolded in front of the new salon's director and staff. Even after the hair and styling team joined in to search the entire house, the items remained missing. Park Na-rae eventually helped search as well, but still could not find them. Despite this, she continued to reprimand her managers for failing to locate items she herself could not find. According to Lee, this was the moment the two managers decided to resign. Nevertheless, the two completed the filming schedule through November 9th, drove Park Na-rae home, and then informed her of their resignation later that same day. Lee emphasized, they had endured the situation for as long as they could, but could no longer continue. In reference to the disagreement over severance and compensation, Lee stated, Park Na-rae's side claimed proper severance payment, but only a portion was paid. The key issue was unpaid overtime. He explained that while most jobs have set working hours, managers frequently face unpredictable tasks, especially in Park Na-rae's case, where they had to remain on call around the clock for drinking gatherings and numerous personal errands. According to the managers, they often worked nearly 24 hours straight during parties, and once even worked 26 hours consecutively. Tasks typically requiring 4 to 5 staff members were handled by just the two women. Over the 1 year and 3 months they worked, their monthly working hours reportedly exceeded 400. Regarding the most controversial point, the 10% of revenue issue, Lee stated, when Park Na-rae left JDB, she suggested to one female staff member, now an executive-level manager, that they work together like a one-person agency. She verbally promised a monthly salary of 5 million won and 10% of company revenue. But in reality, she received only around 3 million won, and the promised 10% was never honored. During the resignation process, she requested settlement based on that agreement, but Park Na-rae's agency released a statement framing it as a demand for 10% of last year's revenue. According to Channel A on December 8th, KMA spokesperson Kim Sung-gyun confirmed the result after checking the association's internal database, which contains all individuals who hold domestic medical licenses. Even if Ms. Lee's claims about studying medicine abroad are true, performing medical procedures in Korea without a local license qualifies as a violation of the Medical Service Act. Unlicensed practice can be punished by up to 5 years in prison, or a fine of up to 50 million KRW, about $34,037. The KMA plans to submit an official inquiry to the Ministry of Health and Welfare to reconfirm whether Ms. Lee possesses any form of Korean medical license. Former KMA chairman Im Hyun-taek also announced on social media that he had filed a complaint. He stated that Ms. Lee performed injections and other medical activities on Park Na-rae despite not being a doctor. He argued that her actions constituted violations of the Medical Service Act, the Pharmaceutical Affairs Act, the Act on the Prevention of Health Crimes, and possibly fraud. He also urged investigators to determine whether Ms. Lee's husband, Park Na-rae's manager, and Park Na-rae herself may bear responsibility as co-offenders or accessories. On December 9th, KST, a media outlet reported that the former managers insisted they had never resolved any misunderstandings with Park Na-rae. While they confirmed that they spoke with her for about 3 hours, they claimed, "We did not receive an apology, and there was no agreement of any kind between us." According to the managers, when they expressed, "We've endured a lot for a month and can't continue anymore," Park Na-rae's side responded by saying, "Then let's proceed with a lawsuit." Regarding Park Na-rae's statement claiming they had resolved misunderstandings, the managers said they were stunned. Seeing her say that our misunderstandings were resolved left us speechless. It felt like she met us just to prepare her statement. It seems like an attempt to buy time and sway public opinion. The December 10 broadcast of JTBC Crime Chief covered the claims made by Park Na-rae's former manager. Crime Chief claims that after recording a new variety program, when her former managers expressed their intention to resign, Park Na-rae asked the production staff, "Did you by any chance mistreat my managers on set? Why are they saying they want to quit?" The program added, "The managers felt she's blaming others again." It appeared as if she was trying to shift responsibility onto the staff, the manager said. While Park Na-rae was asleep receiving an IV drip, they kept administering additional injections. It was so shocking that we took photos of the medication being used. The show further reported that there was another so-called injection ant. The individual revealed on the program was saved in the manager's phones under the name IV Ant. Now the matter will be dealt with in court. However, more people were accused of receiving illegal treatment from Injection Ant. Jung Jae-hyung and Jun Hyun Moo and Jang Do-yeon were accused. However, it was reported that they have no connection to this Injection Ant. Shiny's Onu was accused as well, but he stated that he only visited the place for skincare treatment. While Shiny's Key is also accused of using her services, however, he keeps on being silent. This made NBC's I Live Alone fandom to release a lengthy statement demanding an answer from Key. There are no words from him still. So let's now talk about Se-ho. Jo Se-ho is facing a wave of online allegations linking him to an individual accused of operating illegal businesses and engaging in money laundering. The claims were posted by an Instagram account known for sharing anonymous reports related to alleged illegal lending, financial fraud, and other criminal activities. On November 29, the account uploaded a photo of Jo Se-ho promoting a restaurant franchise that the poster asserted is effectively owned by an individual identified as Mr. Choi, whom the poster described as the leader of a regional organized crime group. The caption suggested that Jo Se-ho frequently visited the establishment. The post since then was deleted. However, in another post shared the same day, the user alleged that Jo Se-ho had accepted high-value gifts from acquaintances associated with organized crime and had promoted the franchise despite its purported connections. The post included a photo showing Jo Se-ho and Mr. Choi together at what appeared to be an entertainment venue. The caption questioned whether a national comedian should be drinking, receiving expensive gifts, and promoting a franchise allegedly operated by members of an organized crime group. After no response was issued by Jo Se-ho, the account renewed its call for an explanation on December 1, posting additional photos said to show Jo Se-ho and Mr. Choi together over several years. The caption asked Jo Se-ho to clarify his relationship with the alleged head of a major illegal money laundering network. On December 4, the user claimed that previous posts were repeatedly removed, writing through Instagram stories. "The posts keep getting deleted. How can you delete the posts but not explain, Jo Se-ho?" On December 4, an A2Z Entertainment spokesperson informed reporters that the company had examined the allegations that were quickly circulating in internet communities about Jo Se-ho and an acquaintance named A. "We have confirmed the situation," the agency stated. Jo Se-ho and A are merely acquaintances, and the claims that he received expensive gifts or anything of that nature are entirely untrue. An individual who previously raised allegations linking entertainer Jo Se-ho to an organized crime figure has stated that additional evidence will soon be released. The accuser urged the comedian to acknowledge what they call the truth. On December 5th, the owner of the Instagram account wrote on social media, "Jo Se-ho, you cannot hide the truth with lies," and claimed that people within certain Gangnam circles already know that Jo Se-ho and a man identified as Mr. Choi are close enough to address each other like brothers. These allegations have not been verified. The accuser added that entertainers are also human and can encounter various types of people. However, they argued that public figures must set an example and that it does not make sense for Jo Se-ho to describe a relationship of nearly 10 years with a known gang member as a simple acquaintance. They also mentioned several businesses, identified only as Tang Tang Food, Tang Tang and P, and a corporate lending company, and claimed that Jo Se-ho had knowledge of or had visited these companies. In addition, they claimed to possess a photo taken before Jo Se-ho's marriage that shows Jo drinking with Choi at Choi's residence in Lotte Singyal, where Jo Se-ho's current wife was allegedly introduced. The accuser stated that if Jo Se-ho continues to deny the relationship, the photo will be released. On the 7th, A, who had claimed a connection between Jo Se-ho and a local gangster surnamed Choi, deleted posts from his social media account used for exposés. Along with this, he posted a temporary story explaining his situation. "I've taken down some posts and will repost them once things settle. My account might get shut down. The police are currently investigating my personal details, but I'm not a criminal. Money is scary, but I won't give in. This isn't about seeking attention, so don't misunderstand." Prosecutor Pio. He continued, "In dramas, you often see reporters who know the truth being or pressured, right? I know the truth, but in front of money and power, you can't do anything. South Korea is really dirty," hinting at possible external pressure. Additionally, A stated, "I'm not asking for money for profit. I don't use Kakao Talk. I only use Instagram DMs and Telegram. I see people posting on the Instagram of Choi, the gang boss from Geo Chang. Please clarify." An A2Z Entertainment representative told on the 7th that the company is carefully reviewing A's claims and has begun collecting materials through legal counsel to refute what it describes as false assertions. The representative added that any mention of Jo Se-ho's family is being taken seriously and closely watched. On December 9th KST, his agency A2Z Entertainment issued an official statement announcing Jo Se-ho will be leaving TVN's U Quiz on the Block and KBS 2 TV's 2 Days and 1 Night. Jo Se-ho feels a deep sense of responsibility regarding the misunderstandings and controversies surrounding him. He fully understands the discomfort felt by viewers who love these programs. He also does not want the production teams who pour their sweat and effort into creating these shows to carry unnecessary burden due to the public's perception of him. After discussions with the producers, he has decided to step down voluntarily. They continued, "Jo Se-ho and our agency plan to respond to this matter with greater seriousness. We intend to proceed swiftly and firmly with legal action to resolve the misunderstandings surrounding him and restore his damaged reputation. We promise to dispel all suspicions entirely and return with a healthier image." The agency further reiterated, "As we stated earlier, Jo Se-ho has no involvement whatsoever in Choi's business. Claims that he accepted money or valuables from Choi for promotional purposes are clearly untrue." They added, "Jo Se-ho is deeply grateful for the sincere concern and words of comfort he has received. He also views the stern criticism as an opportunity for reflection. He will work hard to deliver healthier, more genuine laughter. We ask for your continued support for his future." The same day, Jo Se-ho posted a lengthy message on his social media, writing that while he worried a detailed explanation might cause further discomfort, he felt it was his responsibility to directly share his thoughts with those who have supported him. "Having traveled to various local events over the years, I met many people I hadn't known before. As someone who stands before the public, I should have been more cautious about my relationships, but in my younger and less mature state, I did not handle those connections appropriately. I deeply regret this." He added, "However, I want to clarify that the suspicions raised due to those connections are completely untrue despite many people's concerns. I understand that the images circulating caused disappointment. I am supposed to bring laughter and comfort to viewers, yet I made them feel uncomfortable and disappointed, and I sincerely apologize for that." He stated, "After this incident, I have reconsidered whether continuing in my current programs is appropriate, and announced that he has voluntarily decided to step down from TVN's U Quiz on the Block and KBS 2's 2 Days and 1 Night." He bowed in apology to the members, staff, and viewers who trusted and supported him. He went on, "I got married last year and have been trying to become a better person, but this incident made me realize how much I still lack. Nonetheless, to protect my family, whom I am responsible for, I plan to take necessary legal steps to correct the false claims." Finally, he pledged, "From now on, I will manage my surroundings and actions more strictly to avoid causing similar disappointment. I will use this incident as an opportunity for deep reflection and strive to present a more mature self when I greet you again. I will become a better person. Once again, I sincerely apologize." The same day, A shared a statement on social media saying, "I have reviewed the statement released today by comedian Jo Se-ho. Of course, there may be aspects he feels are unfair, but as a public figure who has received great love and attention from the public, I believe Jo Se-ho is in a position that requires more careful judgment and behavior." A continued, "I hold no personal feelings toward Jo Se-ho. However, as various tips and materials were delivered to me, I received numerous stories and documents, and the process brought me a great deal of contemplation." He went on to state, "Even so, I believe Jo Se-ho's decision to step down from his programs could not have been an easy one. I want to respect and applaud this decision." As he expressed, "I sincerely hope he returns in a more mature form and continues to show the public a trustworthy and positive image." A also acknowledged Jo Se-ho's remarks about pursuing legal action for claims he considers false. "I am aware that Jo Se-ho stated he plans to correct untrue allegations through the appropriate procedures. I have organized and kept the various documents and materials submitted to me, and if legal proceedings do take place, I expect they will only be reviewed to the extent necessary." He added, "However, After seeing Jo Se-ho's attitude and willingness to take responsibility in this matter, I will not share any further materials related to him externally and will keep them privately. This is to prevent unnecessary misunderstandings or conflict, and because I hope the controversy does not escalate further. It's really sad to see Jo Se-ho and Park Na-rae facing all these accusations. They are my favorite comedians. I hope they will be able to prove that all these accusations are false, but it doesn't look good. Well, time will tell us the truth. What are your thoughts? Thank you for watching, and see you next time.